we are filming, and in fact we just locked in our Vegas venue. We're gonna just let you guys hang there. I think it's still too high because we actually need to do some work, but we're just gonna like live stream while we work, so you can get a little insight. You're really mainly gonna see me, I guess. So what do we need to talk through? We need to look at the Santa Monica venues.
Yes, I sent you an email.
You sent me an email?
Yep.
All right. I've got a hot seat day next week. I've got 2 hot seat days happening next week. So we've got one happening in New York, which is on Monday. I'm speaking at Thrive in New York over the weekend, which you can still get tickets to, and you can get online attendance for Thrive. So check that out. And then I'm doing a hot seat date in my hotel suite on Monday in New York, which is like a motherfucking kick-ass kick-ass hotel suite. And it's just a very small affair, right? The hot seat dates, obviously. So there's 2 places left if you want to come hang with me in my suite and spend the day going deep into your business in New York. Wednesday, there's a Santa Monica hot seat day, okay? So there's a couple of places left for the Santa Monica day as well. And you should message me about that if you want to come spend the day with me in Santa Monica. It's gonna be, I'm gonna be like going completely into your business and what needs to happen. And then there is, and looking at why you're not where you want to be yet as well. There is a Gold Coast day as well, by the way, for the Aussies, and that's coming up later in the month, so check it out. It's on the events on my page. Okay, what have we got? Huntley Hotel. Has anybody been to the Huntley Hotel in Santa Monica? Message me if you think that it's good. That's, I mean, that's just the homepage of the Huntley Hotel. So for those of you coming to Santa Monica, that looks pretty hot, don't you think? Oh, presidential suite. It's probably like $10,000 a night. That's gonna destroy my profit margin, but it would be super cool. I have a real habit of doing this for events though. I'm like, I mean, this is like a bad thing to put out there from a manifestation point of view, but if I'll often feel like, I don't really care if I make any profit because I'm just gonna like stay somewhere amazing in some sort of fuck off suite and have a really awesome fun time. But if you say something like, oh, I'd be happy if I just made this amount, or I'm happy if I cover my expenses, when you say stuff like that, then you bring that into reality. So if that's not actually what you want, then I wouldn't be saying that, which is a lesson to me. But part of me is like, just hire the presidential suite for $600,000 a night. Post a comment with what you're hustling on and put your link as well if you like. So we're just talking about the logo and the graphics. That's what we're talking about right now for the iTunes show, because we're gonna do an official launch of the show on iTunes in about 4 weeks once we have 4 or 5 episodes. This is for Celebrity Insider Secrets with Regan, which is our show that we did the first episode with Gary Vee. We've got Caleb Maddox lined up. Caleb's actually in Sydney right now because we could have done the interview in person, but we're gonna do it over the phone. I think it's on this Friday actually. So that's awesome. He's our second guest. And then we've got Ryan Stuman lined up, the hardcore closer himself. That's happening in a week and a half. Ryan is just, he's like a fucking bomb. He's the man. A lot of the stuff that goes into, I reckon, really building out a business in a bigger way is all this like fiddly little slow moving stuff. If you did all the little fiddly things and you didn't do like your content or your sales activity or the tasks that are actually going to move the needle. All right, let's put the phone back. The way that I do it is do all the content first. Like early in the morning is when I try and get it done and get my blogs done. But also even something like doing a live stream now, that's doing content while at the same time as doing fiddly tasks, doing podcasts, audios, videos, doing all of that in the first part of the day. And then essentially just putting aside time later on in the day like this, where you might sit down, and we've blocked out 2 hours right now where we're just gonna go through and get shit done. And it's kind of the painstaking stuff that is maybe not like as high energy as content creation or talking to clients or doing sales activity, but it still needs to get done. It's just a matter of doing first things first. What a lot of people do, what most people do, is they're doing all this shit first and all the little things first and all the admin items and not doing the big picture things, and then they're wondering why they don't have a business and a brand. So if you had to choose one or the other, then, and obviously this is why you bring amazing people into your team to do the stuff that you don't want to spend your time on, but really prioritizing doing content first. That's my little lesson for today. All right, so okay, let's try and hustle through this. And then the thing is, Vegas is coming up sooner than I know it as well. I know I don't want to promote more for Vegas. No, because I did an option for people to pay an extra $500 to come to the VIP dinner in Vegas.
Okay.
It's gonna be 10 people max.
Okay.
I want to create a template or a checklist where every time I create a new program, you then have a checklist there that you're able to go, okay, here's what happens when we do a new program. Somebody needs to be screenshotting testimonials. we need to make sure we do a testimonial request at the end of the program. Also need to be offering an upsell at the end of a program. I should be using the hashtag all the time on my business page, and when I repost in the free group, hashtag join the tribe.
Yeah.
It's basically hypnotic.
Yeah.
Right? People start reading it every day. Join the tribe, join the tribe, join the tribe. They'll just join the tribe. I really want my own office. Like I really want, I'm gonna get a 3-bedroom apartment that has an office as well, like 3 bedrooms plus an apartment. We just got this place really quickly to get into the school zone.
Yeah.
I want to get a 3-bedroom with an office right on the beach with just like a penthouse that's just for me. So I'm gonna grow a lot and then have a whole bunch of people coming in and yeah, it's like an office, right? An office, like a real adult. That's the plan. I just love, by the way, how I hired a 14-year-old to give me business advice. Like that's actually really freaking cool. But I think there's a lot of ego in that. Like a lot of people would be like, I'm not paying a 14-year-old to give me business advice. But I'm like, well, he's getting 1 million views on his show. I'm not getting that. So I'm gonna take that opportunity. And he gave me his whole 11-step plan. I'm not gonna give it all away because it's not my proprietary material, but it was very good. You should pay him for an hour before it ends up being, it's going to be like 10 grand an hour or something by the time he's 16. So gotta get onto that. I'm not even joking. I know I sound like I am, but I'm not. He was on Grant Cardone's Power Players show. I mean, come on, he's up there. And he's speaking with Gary Vee in Sydney today, actually. Pinterest, let's make that a 2 or 3 times a day thing as well. Oh, Instagram needs to have a little video a day as well. Is really important for empire growth. Somebody's going to need to be engaging and answering on all the comments. And like I want to do that personally, but there's going to be a point at which it's like, well, I'm just only going to invest a certain amount of time each day into actually answering comments. And at the moment I do that already fully on Facebook. It's one of those areas with social media where people feel like I don't have time for that, and I feel like that as well. But the truth is that you're going to spend all this time trying to build an online business and trying to get people to want to follow you and buy from you. Whereas if you just actually talked to the people on social media, then you wouldn't have to do all this other fancy complicated stuff to try and convince people to buy from you. You would just have a conversation with people and they'd be like, wow, I like you, I trust you, and they're gonna buy from you. So it's really important. That's a high priority for me to build up engagement on social media and be encouraging people to, like, really, we want to encourage people all the time. Like even what I said today on the live stream where I was like, post your website, tell me what you do. I really want people to feel like it's a community where they get to know each other and that there's like conversations in the comments and stuff, but that I'm part of that. So I'm going to do that personally as much as I can, but it's also going to mean in some cases other people are answering on behalf of me. Twitter also, like we want to encourage people to private message me on Twitter, to ask me stuff on Twitter. At the moment I'm just not giving it time and attention at all. I'm making a video because I'm not happy with Billabong Australia, because they're putting freaking padding things in their swimwear for 6-year-olds. So I just feel not happy about that, and I'm going to say something about it because I like to say things. Okay, so I went in to buy a swimsuit for my daughter the other day, and went into Billabong Australia store and got this like cute little 2-piece swimsuit. And then when I looked at it, it blew my mind. I couldn't freaking believe this, right? There's padding, okay? So either a child should want to basically look like she has breasts, or she should be wanting to in some way get the attention of somebody by looking like she has breasts. So that's just freaking ridiculous. That's what I think. I want to know what you think. Let me know, post a comment below.